because Georgia is the better free throw shooting team tonight. Although at 68%, a little under their average, but a chance to make up for that here down the stretch. Moncrief for 2 for the Dogs. M.A. with 8 points in the game. Free throw by the right-hander, all net. Good.
Beautiful.
9 for the Oklahoma State transfer. M.A. Moncrief, 6'8" from Toronto. Ready to shoot. 2 dribbles, places his hands on the ball, launches it, good. Moncrief in double figures with 10. Georgia lead is 3. 48-45. The Stegman crowd up on its feet, trying to will the Dogs to a win here tonight. It's tight, and it has been all night long. It hasn't been pretty, but it's tight and competitive. They go into Tolu Smith. He bumps Braylon Bridges out of the way. Jump hook. He misses. Rebound, State falling out of bounds. Matthews throws it off our body. Yeah, I think he threw it off M.A. and out of bounds. That's a heads-up play.
But you're right, this crowd trying to will the Dogs on defense.
2:17 to go. State ball with 20 on the shot clock and down 3. So they reset it to 19 on the shot clock. State with a basketball. 6'1" Shaquille Moore will throw it in left of the basket support over Moncrief. Does so quickly. Moore's got it back on the left baseline. Boy, he shot it 12 feet on an 8-foot shot. And it was caught easily on the other side by Jabri Abdul-Rahim.
Apparently he was short before and over-adjusted.
Dogs by 3. We can make it a 2-possession game here if we convert with less than 2 minutes to go. Roberts on a slow dribble, 13 to shoot. Got a screen to the basket. Roberts on the block, reverse pivot. He's got Tolu all in his face. Goes over to Hill now. Feeds it into Bridges. He wanted it, and he misses the jumper. Offensive putback by Moncrief wouldn't go from the left side. We missed 2 at point-blank range. State with the ball. Oh, that was a big chance for the Dogs right there. A little breathing space, but it's just not in the cards tonight. Davis for 3. Rattles out. Won't go. Flying in for the rebound is Georgia's Jabri Abdul-Rahim. They knock him to the floor. The foul is on Eric Reed for State, and that's going to put Jabri on the other end for 2 foul shots. Now a chance to make it a 2-possession game with 1:28 to go, and Abdul-Rahim, an 89% free throw shooter, going to the line for a pair. Dogs trying to get out of the woods here. But something just they keep lining up more trees for us, and we just keep running into the bark. Oh, my goodness, here's Jabri. Good. Free throw, up and in. That's only his second point of the night, but these are the biggest, certainly, of the game for him at this stage. It's a 4-point lead. 5 points. Abdul-Rahim nails them both.
And I got to tell you,
baby,
there has been a virtual scoring outburst here in the second half.
Yeah.
I mean,
we got 50.
Well, you know, that's 30 points. We only had 20 in the first half.
50-45. State wants a timeout. This will be a full timeout. We keep it right here with 1:28 to go. A massive 5-point lead. As we said, Georgia's largest lead of the game, Chuck's only been 7, and we lead by 5 right now with 1:28 to play.
Well, and listen, we've just got to we got to play smart basketball, protect it when we've got it, but we've also got to continue to play the good kind of aggressive, stingy defense that we've been playing and block out. These guys they're so aggressive on those offensive boards. They're going over our back, and the officials are calling it. They're calling it every time. So make sure you get a butt in the gut when the ball goes up. You know, you're likely to get 2 free throws on the other end.
Dogs are in the double bonus. Mississippi State in the single bonus at this point, but the Dogs with 9 fouls. So the next one will put Mississippi State at the line for 2, but they've been dreadful from the free throw line tonight. 32% from the line tonight. 7 of 22. Georgia's Scana Energy threes have been few and far between. 5 of 23 tonight, but Justin Hill has 2 big Scana threes here in the second half, and he's got 10 points in the game, all coming in this half. Both teams back out on the floor now. Crowd is standing here at Stegman Coliseum. Our announced attendance tonight, 7,741. And trying to urge this team on to its 12th victory of the season, its 10th straight at home this year, and its second in the league. And we got a minute 25 to try to do that. Davis into the front court for State. They work right to left. Matthews has it. Goes back to Moore. He launches a three. Too deep from the right wing. No good. Long rebound up above the free throw line to Matthews. Kick it back out, and they do nail the three from the right side.
Well, we gave him that second opportunity. I just mentioned we got to block out and get those rebounds. They're crashing these boards.
50-48, and that was Davis on the three. I was screened out. That's his first points of the second half. Deshaun Davis. Roberts dribbles on the logo slowly. Shot clock down to 12. Now he explodes on the drive. Puts it up with one hand. Misses high over the rim. Kisses off the left side of the backboard, but you heard the whistle. Foul on Mississippi State. That puts Terry on the line for two shots. Foul was on Shaquille Moore. And Roberts to the line, leading the team with 14 points tonight. 4 for 4 from the line. If he hits them both, it'll again be a two-possession game.
This is a guy that I would want at the line.
Roberts, free throw number one, all net. All right, that wins one Cupid doll. Now let's see if he can win the bigger stuffed animal by nailing the second. Ball's in the air, good. 16 for Roberts. Dogs by 4, 46 and change to go. State into the front court with Davis. They screen to get Roberts off him defensively. Davis with the ball back and forth. Still dribbling through the paint. Slides to a stop. Jump pass out on the wing. Moore catches. Fakes the three. Drives for the two. Won't shoot it. Kick it across to Reed for a three. He missed it. Back of the rim. Rebound Braylon Bridges. 27-26. Now they foul, I think. They finally foul. Who'd they foul?
Justin.
It's going to be Hill going to the line. State had to foul. They let a few extra seconds tick off the clock, and the foul was on Tolu Smith. That's his fourth.
Well, let me tell you a smart basketball play by Terry Roberts. When they inbounded on after the when they got the ball down the other, they tried to just let it roll to so this clock wouldn't start. Terry went running back there and made them pick it up and take the full time to come into the front court. So just a smart heads-up play by Terry Roberts.
The State foul was on Braylon Bridges before he got the ball to Justin Hill. So Braylon's at the line. Pushes it up and in with the left hand. Good. Actually, Bridges, percentage-wise, is a better foul shooter than Justin Hill. Maybe State didn't know that. 10 points in the game now for Braylon Bridges. If he hits this one, that's his 1,000th career point. And he does. And it is. There's 1,000 points for Braylon Bridges in his career. 54-48. Substitution. Braylon comes out. Holt in now for defensive purposes. Clock at 25, 24, 23. Davis across the half-court line. And Chris Jans, their head coach, says timeout. It's a 6-point Georgia lead. They've almost matched their largest lead of the game here in the final seconds. 54-48. Dogs are trying to seal it at the foul line, and Mississippi State is losing it at the foul line tonight.
Well, so this is a 30-second timeout?
They call a 30. Each team with one timeout remaining. 21.9 seconds on the clock. Looks like the officials want to come over to the monitor now and maybe check the time. Our officials tonight, KB Burnett.
That's what, the official just tapped it. He's checking time.
Will Howard and Brian Dorsey are a trio of officials.
Didn't you say you saw a couple of seconds tick off a while ago when should the clock have been stopped when you saw?
I didn't see it after the whistle had blown and it was still moving. Maybe they did. That's why they're checking it. 21.9 is on the clock right now, and they're going to review the video while both teams will get a little extra time in the huddle. Mississippi State had called for a 30-second timeout. State just won for their last 9 from the floor. Georgia without a field goal for over 5 minutes, Chuck, but they're getting points at the foul line.
And this is, just so you know what's at stake here, aside from that 10th win in a row at home for Georgia, would be we will double with a win here. We'll double our total number of victories last year and also double the number of SEC victories.
Yeah, 1-17 was a hard swallow for the Dogs last year. And heck, we were just 6-13 at home last year. Georgia trying to go to 10-0 at home with a win tonight. They've got 20. Well, they keep the clock at 21-9, by the way, after the video review during the timeout. State trying to inbound. Georgia jumping with Terry Roberts. They finally get it to Matthews down the lane for an easy dunk. 19.3 to go. 54-50. Still a two-possession game. Dogs to inbound. Hill to throw it in to Moncrief. Back to Hill. We're still in backcourt, and they foul Justin Hill with Cameron Matthews. It's 15.6 on the clock.
You know, the good thing about that, they took 5 seconds almost to do it.
And Matthews fouls out of the game. That's his 5th. I'm not sure if that's the situation they wanted. He fouls out of the ball game, so they get Jeffries off the bench to get in for Matthews, who's disqualified with his 5th foul. Justin Hill tucking in his jersey and waiting for the basketball to shoot a pair of foul shots with Georgia up 4. Hill with 10 points in the game, all in this half. Free throw number 1, good. Got it. Hill 3 for 3 from the line. He's got 11. 5-point lead. Hill to make it 6 if he connects. He does, all net. 4 for 4 from the line, Justin Hill. Anselm in, Hill out.
Yeah, we get some rebounding in there, get a little length.
15.6 seconds to go. It's a 6-point Georgia lead, 56-50. Murphy's going to come in for Mississippi State. Keyshawn Murphy, a 6'10", 235-pound redshirt freshman.
So we got some length in there now with Jabri, with Frank Anselm, and with M.A. Moncrief.
We try to trap at half court, work some clock. They get it over to Moore for a 3. Left wing won't go. Rebound, topped out.
Georgia's ball.
Far sideline took another second or so. It's Georgia's basketball with 6.5 seconds to go. We're up 6. Are they going to review to see who the ball went out on?
Yeah, it was off on them. But they'll review it. They look at it, but
both teams will go to their benches and huddle up.
And Mike White very quickly getting Justin Hill back in and Anselm out now.
Officials are going to review that last out-of-bounds call.
Yeah, they went over the top of Juice Holt and knocked it out of bounds. I thought it was pretty clear. I thought the officials had it right.
56-50. Dogs trying to squeeze everything they can out of this ball game. Come away with their 12th win of the season and improve to 2-1 in league play as we get ready for a trip to Oxford, Mississippi to face the Ole Miss Rebels on Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock Eastern. We'll be on the air with you at 12:35 Eastern time from the Pavilion. And the ball will remain in Georgia's possession. After the review, 6.5 to go. Well, the math doesn't really line up for Mississippi State, but Georgia's got to do the right things here to seal the game. Okay. 6.7 seconds. They changed it, by 2/10? They put 2/10 of a second on the clock. Dogs to throw it in with Moncrief. Murphy guards the inbounds. They throw it into Holt. They haven't fouled yet, and they finally quickly foul. I'm not sure what the wait was with 4.2 to go. Chris Jans is wondering about that, too. He's talking to his guard. He's wanting to know why you let 2 seconds tick off the clock. 2.5 seconds. When every second, every 10th of a second is precious in this situation. Holt's going to go to the line for free throws for Georgia. Juice 1 for 2 tonight from the line. 86% when the game began. Free throw good. Dogs are just icing it from the line tonight because we haven't had a field goal in almost the last 5.5 minutes of the game.
Listen, that's what this game required tonight. They missed free throws. We made them.
Holt, second free throw, good. And this one will be closed shut with 4.2 to go. State inbounds in the front court, down 8. They'll hoist the last second shot. They wave it off. They hit the shot. but the officials wave it off. They say it came after. They may take a look at it.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah, they're going to look at it just for the final score's sake. They're going to look at the clock or look at the video to see if the final is 58-50 or 58-53.
Well,
regardless, Georgia's the winner.
And that's the good news. That's the really good news. Now the Dogs have run off 10 straight here at home.
How about that? Georgia now 2-1 in the SEC, 12-4 overall. State drops to 12-4 as well, and 1-3 in conference play. They go to Auburn on Saturday for their next outing. The Dogs also on the road at Ole Miss on Saturday at 1 o'clock. We're keeping an eye here on the officials to our left in the video review, just so we can tell you officially what the final score is.
No basket.
They wave it off, so your final score is 58-50. Georgia wins it by 8, and the winning margin also, Chuck, ends up being the largest margin of the game for either team. How long it took forever to get there, didn't it?
It was like, I got to tell you, I've had root canals that felt better than this. That was...
Oh, the feeling's great, though, when you come out of this kind of game with a win.
Yeah, when you get the win. But, boy, I'm telling you, this was tough. This was tough. And,
it was like a root canal. We're going to talk to Justin Hill, I believe, who was...
Here comes Justin.
He was instrumental here in the second half. Finished with 12 points.
Yep.
All in the second half.
A couple of big threes and then nailed those free throws.
Hey, Justin, congratulations.
Woo.
You got hot at the right time, my friend, in the second half. All 12 of your points coming in the second half and 4 big free throws down the stretch. Tell us about this one and how much of a battle it was with State.
Yeah, they're a very tough team. Probably the toughest team we probably played all year. And we just know we had to get the rebound. The shots was going to go up. We just had to be physical and come up with it.
How aggravating is it when you can't get shots to fall?
Yeah, it's very aggravating because they're a good defensive team, and they was holding us to one shot on most of them. So we just had to stay the course.
Well, you guys are a good defensive team, too. You look what you did to them, 50 points.
Yes, sir.
Justin, we had 18 turnovers tonight, but you guys had extra pressure on your defense to not allow them anything after that, and that really proved to be the difference in the game. We turned it over 18 times, but they only had 15 points off those turnovers.
Yes, sir.
So the defense was playing extra hard after giving them extra chances.
We just try to have a next play mentality and just try to get it back, just like that.
Well, are you just focusing on the next play?
Yes, sir.
Justin, what about, you came off, I know it was disappointing to lose at Florida. Did that have any effect on tonight, or did you guys go ahead and bury that?
Oh, that's for sure behind us. We still keep that next play mentality even with wins and losses.
Well, now you head to Oxford, so you got a chance now to open up a little space here in the SEC.
Yes, sir.
Justin, congratulations. 12 points, big 12 points in the second half. Congratulations to you and the guys on this one.
Thank you.